This is the eve of what should have been Martin Luther King Jr.'s 90th birthday. In his many books and speeches, he reminded us that all races ought to be treated justly in America. As James Taylor suggested and my father frequently said, shedding a little light on the subject is the surest way to harmony. In my mind, it is not morally sufficient to talk while sitting. Among other ways, I have shed my own little light by serving 9 years as a hospice volunteer, helping others die with dignity, 8 years chairing the Afro-Male Institute, helping others find the beauty that forms the center of each of us, 9 years as a baby holder on a pediatric cardiac ward in the local children's hospital, 9 years as a volunteer food deliverer for Meals on Wheels, helping the elderly and infirm eat nutritious meals, 7 years as a human rights commissioner, helping all people be protected from mean-spirited or misguided treatment, 5 years as chair of a subcommittee on police oversight that was ignited by Black Lives Matter and other social activist groups when a 40-year-old black mother was killed by a policeman in her kitchen. I'm told that this week's focus is on connections. I dedicate this talk to a group of people with whom I made beautiful connections. Once upon a time, I was a dean at Oakwood Friends School. In my portfolio was varsity basketball coach. It was during those 7 years that I recognized the power of cheerleaders. When everyone else is bored with your championship playing or has given up because you're 20 points behind at the beginning of the fourth quarter, cheerleaders are still working to inspire your best. As a father, grandfather, teacher, mentor, relative, friend, I always expect myself to imitate those cheerleaders who have our back and our front, and to inspire the players to do their best. Because Oakwood never made magazine looks a requirement, regardless of the context in which I find a cheerleader, 18 years old or 95 years old, Martin Luther King Jr. or Mary Elizabeth Obscure Sr. Cheerleaders bring so much hard work, talent, and positive energy to their role. I call them soul candy. This talk is in homage to all the cheerleaders who make success dreamable. Play them cheap at your own peril. I spent 41 years as an educator, professional educator, starting with teaching graduate school theology before I even finished my bachelor's degree, and ending as headmaster of one of the 1,500 Quaker schools in the world. The Obamas sent their children to our school in D.C. I have been a teacher, university and independent school dean, department chair, president, headmaster, and in 1992, with only $12,000 in the bank, with my kitchen as an office, the founding executive for New Jersey Seeds. Whatever my title has been, I have been a cheerleader. New Jersey Seeds continues to be a statewide organization that I shaped to serve financially disadvantaged and academically gifted youth, regardless of their race. The only eligible applicants were the children of parents who earned less than $29,000, even if they had 6 children. Currently, the first four valedictorians work as an African American physician, an Asian American physician, a European American major university professor, and a Latin American Disney executive. This just in: you don't have to be valedictorian. to be successful. I stay in touch from quarterly to monthly with 56 of these once poor, non-entitled females and males. A list of their careers includes multiple physicians, educators, attorneys, Wall Street executives, and supervisors, a television producer, an engineer, an international investigative journalist, a screenwriter, and on. Their colleges include Princeton, Duke, Harvard, Brown, Cornell, Penn, Yale, Oberlin, University of Michigan, Columbia. With or without seeds, they had hope. Seeds supplied opportunity. I remain on their cheerleading team. I applaud and say, "Go our team," as they go from success to success. We score. Throughout my youth, King was the most valuable player, making points on the mean streets of America and even when in prison for insisting, "I am somebody." Because his life was grounded in love, his words did not exclude in value any other person. In the 21st century, "I am somebody" has morphed into Black Lives Matter. When I wear my hoodie that declares Black Lives Matter, because my life is grounded in love, I am not excluding the value of any other person's life. Here are 3 King quotes that are in harmony with my own worldview. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. The time is always right to do what is right. Straight out of the projects, with no parent or ancestor dating back to Eve and Adam, who had graduated from high school, I became a Baptist minister at age 17. I remain a minister, but I am a Quaker. Just before my 28th birthday, I became the General Secretary of the original group of Quakers in the United States and Canada. Because I define myself as a bridge, not a wall, currently I am co-director of the Interfaith Roundtable of Washtenaw County. I came out of retirement at 71 when the position became open. Someone who cheers a diverse group of people. My wife was reared a Christian Scientist, but now practices as a conservative Jew. I was reared a Baptist, practiced Quakerism, graduated from a United Church of Christ theology school, and count among my mentees Muslims, Hindus, evangelicals, Catholics, Methodists, Quakers, Baptists, practitioners of traditional First Nation faiths, atheists, as well as nuns and duns. Do you know that phrase? Nuns and duns? A nun is someone who, when asked about a religious affiliation, says none. A dun is someone who answers the same question, "I'm done with that mess." I have many friends in the nuns and duns because even when I was General Secretary, I wasn't religious in the traditional sense. I mean, I do brush my teeth and change my underwear religiously, but I am a spiritual man who chooses my circle based on their behavior, not on their labeling. I also experience truth as I see it acted out, not as it is written or screamed out. As for the duns, I understand their perspective that when it comes to seeking social justice, most congregations are as asleep on the job as was Thomas Jefferson and George Washington when they matched liberty and justice for all with slavery for my black ancestors and no rights for women of any color, including their own wives and daughters. If you want my love, respect my colors, cheer me onward, and come along for the challenges. Mahatma Gandhi said, if we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. Together, you and I, we are the song. Permit me to cheer you to actualize your own greatness. Thank you.